Thank you all for joining with us on this International Women's Day. We hope that this discussion would be as enlightening as it is empowering. So let's start.
So, what's your advice on maintaining a work-life balance? Can you please explain on that? Work-life balance.
Balancing is actually a personal thing because the way I balance work and life may not be same for everyone, and the balancing life and work, it is an evolving process. Over the years you optimize which is the balanced thing for you. The thing is balancing work and personal life. The main thing is you have to prioritize which is more important, which can be addressed little later. That is one thing. And then dedicating special time for family and not always thinking about research and other things. That's how you can balance. And to have a balanced life, the main thing is that you have to have three things. One is good sleep, then eating right, and then taking care of yourself by doing some exercise or yoga or something. That is very, very important. That can keep you cool and you can balance both life and work in an easy way.
And if I can add, I think just keep both the things separate. At least for the young scientists I'm having, because you are having families, the children are young, you try to keep those time, keep your work and family separate, because the family needs more of your time. So that way the support also will be there from the family and you will also be able to do your work.
So, I'll ask next. So, how has your family supported you in your career, and what impact it made in your achievements?
This is a very nice question to follow whatever was asked earlier. I think family support is very important, particularly in research, because research is not like a 9-to-5 job. So the thing is, the family usually should understand the potential the researcher has, and there should be 100% cooperation from the family for you to help move in the career. And also there should be some personal space for you in the family, because research, as I said, is not a 9-to-5. Sometimes over the longer period of your career you may take work home. So there should be some understanding, it's a complete understanding between each member of the family to support you in everything you do with related to work. So this has been my experience, because my family has been 100% supportive for my career building. So this is my advice to the young scientists.
Now from family, let's move on to a broader world view. What changes do you envision for women in science in the next decade?
I think right now we see a lot of opportunities coming for the ladies. I mean, women all over in almost all disciplines. So in no time I think we will be the leaders. So anyone else wants to add anything, they can always.
Yeah, it's actually now girls are doing outstanding performance in every field, and we heard during some meetings, one professor from nearby institute, he told that they were reserving seats for boys, otherwise there won't be any. It was for nursing course. Male nurses are more needed in healthcare, but then there is no opportunity. All the seats will be taken by only the girls if they go by the merit. So they reserve some seats for boys. So this is the situation now. Girls are really doing great, and women are going to be the real power in the country in the coming years.
So as you just heard from them, the next years for women is going to be really a very amazing one, because now we could see the places or the departments where they were always saying women cannot, but in those fields now already women have attained a very good positions, especially like defense, army, and you have witnessed the Chandrayaan success, and also the COVID, our own ICMR Institute women, now they were dedicating their whole life for so many months to bring the vaccine, which is the first kind of its kind from India, which made the world to recognize what India is. Among the traditions, cultures, and integrity, unity, diversity, those things are very fascinating ones for the other countries to recognize how India is coming up. So I am very sure that the women of the next about 10 decades, we are going to be in a very high position which no one can imagine how a woman can do. So women has got both men power and women power, and her eyes are like fire. That's why we call her as Shakti. So that Shakti, Nari Shakti, is going to be definitely of very high, making an high impact on various fields like medical, engineering, aeronautics, defense, army, etc.
So I'm very curious in knowing whether research was something whether you really wanted to do always.
If you ask me, no. I wanted to be a programmer basically. So when I took up this job, I was still hoping I will get an IT placement, right? But then the work which I started doing, I realized I was applying whatever I studied. So that made me dig much more deeper into the subject and started applying the techniques which we learned as theory, and that's how I started liking research. And now I think I've done the right decision in taking up the research.
So, if I can add to Dr. Vidya, if you see like in an interaction between school students and the big leaders like the former president and the recent Dr. Somnath Reddy, the girls, the boys, the students wanted to ask what they have to do to become a scientist. It is always a common question for them. So I recently heard Dr. Somnath sir saying that if you want to become a scientist, you have to be a topper. Because I was a topper, so I became to this level. So I think that research means it is the attraction for the younger generation. I don't say as research, becoming a scientist, which is indirectly the research which we are going to bring up the new results, innovations, tools, sustainable developmental goals, implementation, etc. So in my case, I was not very aware of how the research would be. After finishing my post-graduation, I worked in a vaccine institute, which gave me a very good experience to exactly fit into the research assistant post, MSc first class with 2 years experience. Then I came and it was very new. I did study some medical parasitology, but entering into, at the time, it was fully of filarial research. Then it was a new learning for me completely about filariasis, then learning more and more about all the aspects of all vector-borne disease. Until now, I really love my, I have a very good passion for my work.
One simple question. Many times at work, we feel even a bigger work, we can complete it in an efficiently and on time. But a few times we find it difficult, even a straightforward task, we cannot able to complete it on time, and even after spending hours together, laborious, time-consuming work, finally we get frustrated, we couldn't complete this work on time. We don't know, we may not be doing it mindfully, or our mind is somewhere, or we are not putting our 100% effort at that moment. I don't know what is the reason. But all of a sudden, all these frustrations, when we go home, when we enter, we see our kids and elders, we may spill out this emotions on them, so unknowingly. So how to avoid this situation? Like personally, this I wanted to hear from you out of your these many years of experience in research and academics. Thank you.
Okay, if I can answer first, I'll just tell you. Please, when you have kids at home or elders at home, make this demarcation of work and family. Please don't take it out on them, because they don't know, because they are expecting you to come home and you can't go with this baggage there. Leave your baggage in the office. The same way, when you're coming for work also, leave that baggage at home. Please don't bring it here, because that way what happens, you are not able to concentrate here, you are not able to concentrate there. Then again, even to leave your baggage at home, you need to have a support from family. That I think most currently the trend is that the people are very supporting, including the in-laws, including the husband, even sometimes children. So you need to have patience. If your kid is very small, please wait, he will understand you, because kids are very good and the husbands are also very smart. They know they have to support you, means that's when the life goes well. So just have a little more patience. It will be okay.
So in this situation only, I would like to emphasize how important is the family support. Supposing if you are not able to finish in time and you want to go back home, like you can take that home and your family members can support you in sharing your work and other thing, so that you will be able to finish it home and you can submit your projects or reports like that. So this kind of things which are not able to finish at office can be, in my perception, carried home, provided the members like your husband, your in-laws, your sisters, your family members give you some support and tell you, okay, you finish it, we will take care, like that. That kind of a situation only I am managing, because I travel a lot officially for a week or so since from my joining, because I like to attend conferences. So far I have been attending some 30 conferences, which was possible only because my family members, especially my husband, is taking care of all the things in my absence. So as she said, I always have a continuity of research, home, and then bringing to office, so I could do things.
So I think I can add to what Dr. Srividya told. Women in science should have a higher emotional intelligence to handle family and research. Because when you see women going to work in many sectors, they carry only their lunch bags. But you never go home without one research paper. Every day you carry one or two paper, one halfway through manuscript, one protocol, and even in kitchen you will be thinking about how the experiment can be perfected. So this is the life of women in research, especially women scientists. This is our challenge. So in this stage, then you have to have a balance between both your research and family, and you have to give more time for your family, because at younger ages children need much of the love of the mother more. So you can be slow in research in the initial years, no harm in it, you have a long way to go. And in research, that the next 20 years you are just going to learn. Your learning is not going to be stopped with your masters or with your doctoral or with your MD. It's not going to stop. You have to be learning throughout your career, and you will be remembered even after 100 years for what you are doing in these years. So this is such a rewarding profession, and especially for a woman, and I hope you all will be doing great in the coming years.
Right now, we really appreciate, we are so much lucky enough at this age. We are very lucky to be here as a researcher or as an academician. So hope we will take this point to our career and advancement and our empowerment also.
The last thing I would like to add, like if you could say, ask me how you could manage these many years of your career, I can say that in my own personal experience, self-effort and self-confidence and delivering things in a courageous way only can bring your identity among the group. So my sincere advice to you people, if you could take, always broaden your knowledge, do a higher studies, like the medical people can go for PhDs, acquire higher academic qualifications, and be always independent, learn more, broaden your knowledge, and only your own self, your own hands and legs can help your identity to be the topper of the institute wherever you are working. If you could take mine. That is the one it will all be, I was thinking to tell you that.
Yes.
I extend my sincere gratitude to all the senior researchers of our institute for sharing their valuable thoughts on research, family, etc. Before winding up the session, I would like to ask one final question. What is your advice to young women entering science?
Yes, it's actually young women entering science it's a feeling like Alice in Wonderland. The challenges you are going to face in the next 25 years, it's something amazing. Every day it will be different experience. No 2 days are going to be same for a researcher, especially a woman researcher. And the thing is, the one advice we can say is that you have to build a beautiful relationship both in the family and with the research team. That is very important, because for a woman, be a scientist is great. When the scientist becomes mom, then it is amazing. A scientist mom, it's an amazing feeling, but still it has its own challenges. So for that, you have to have a very supportive family with spouse, children and parents and in-laws. Plus, you have to develop a good relationship with the research team, because without the good relationship with the team, you cannot progress in research. So that is very, very important in research career, I believe. Madam can add to this.
Yeah. I mean, what I would suggest for you people is, you need to leave your comfort zone. If you really want to achieve something, leave your comfort zone. Be ready to learn anything new. Whether it is going to be from a child or even from your subordinate, don't hesitate. Because learning is something which you need to keep on doing during your research or when you want to grow. So that is very important. And always be, like how she said, be courageous. You have to speak up for yourself. No one is going to do it. And go into new territories, virgin territories, because where no one has gone, so you don't know what you might find, and you will be the first to find that. So please don't hesitate to explore. So that will be one of the best things, because you're all young, okay? You have that drive to look for new. I mean, after seeing all our whatever the research has been done, your thoughts will be very different from what we have been through. So explore, and I think your minds will be great.
And never compare.
Yeah.
Because everyone runs on individual tracks. Because my life will not be same like madam's, and madam's will not be same like anybody's. So we are all individuals, and we have individual caliber, intelligence, everything.
Yeah.
So we should never compare ourselves in publishing or in working or in this, anything. We are not comparable with anyone. I am special, I am unique,
Exactly.
and I will do great. That could be our saying. Every day we need to say that to ourselves. Then you can be peaceful. Your day will be happy.
That's very true.
So my heart-filled wishes to all of you, the young ones, which you are going to hold VCRC in further so many years. So I wish you all a very good luck and success in whatever you do in future. So
Thank you.
So all the very best for you.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you all.
Thank you.
For the nice session.
Maybe I can have one last question. So now you people have joined, I think, except for a couple of you, most of you have completed more than a year. What were the challenges you faced in VCRC?
Very difficult question.
So I presume now challenges were faced because you were in VCRC. That is true. Because VCRC is very unique.
it means that they were able to tackle
Exactly.
the challenges.
Very early to answer to that question.
So they're already managing themselves very
Very
nicely.
well. Yeah, that's right. Because you have been asking questions, I thought I need to ask you a question also.
So, but in my observation, all of you are doing very wonderful.
I feel each one of you are unique in your own way, and that's great to watch. All the best, and I think you'll do very well.
Sure. Thank you.
All the best.
Yeah.